Hi guys, Tiptoe Happiness. So welcome to our recreation of the Oldie family from The Sims 2. If you do not remember them, they were in the bin in The Sims 2. However, they are Mary Sue Pleasant's adoptive parents. They adopted her when she was very young and they've raised her, so these are, just her parents. I recreated them as young adults, which I tend to do when I'm doing elders in the game, so you really won't see them elders until I actually get in there. But I try to get their personalities as best as possible. Herb is a goofball, lazy, but very outgoing, and he was a romance sim. Dun dun dun. However, one thing that I like about The Sims 4 is that you can do a romance sim for wanting a soulmate, so that's what I did him as. So now we're going on to Coral, fixing up her body a little bit. They're just like, I don't know, the sweetest little old couple. I love them. Their house and them were actually the very first Sims and that very first house I built when I started this project. I don't know why I started with them. I just did. And I don't know, I just always loved them. Always liked making sure that the family had a relationship with them. They actually, in my game, currently live next door to the Pleasants. So I really like that. I found a house that I recreated from The Sims 2 that was kind of a two-door style. And so I put it next door to the Pleasants because it looked really nice. And I like the idea of them living next door because I always saw Mary Sue as very much a workaholic. So I feel like growing up, the oldies were very instrumental in helping to, in my mind, the way I play, they were very instrumental in helping raise the girls. They were also apparently genetically redheads, which I found very interesting. So I made them redheads in the game. And oh god, the struggle is real using EA makeup. Oh my lord. And fixing skin tones. But anyway, it's just really short recreating them. You're going to see their little pictures coming up in just a minute. They're just kind of, I don't know, nothing special, nothing bad, nothing good. But I just really like them. I think they're really cute and really adorable. And this is their everyday clothes right there. We go into their formal wear. I really like dressing elders, I have discovered. I think they're just, I don't know, they're just so fun to do. I think that's their party clothes, I believe. And their swimwear. I just think they look so cute. They're so adorable. And they're nighttime. They got the little robes on because I thought it was cute. I feel like they wouldn't get out of bed without their robes on. Their athletic gear. And then we're going into their summer clothes. And then we're going to hit their winter clothes. And then we're going to get started on the house. Okay, so jumping right in here. I'm going to put up a picture of the 130 sim lane, I believe is what it was from The Sims 2. It was an empty house in The Sims 2 that was just kind of there. And I thought, oh, that is the perfect house. It goes really well with the Pleasant family. And it just looks like the perfect house for the Oldie family to live in. So my first step was just making sure I got the kind of outline of the house. And, like all the builds that I'm kind of recreating, I'm not going for that perfect replica. I want it to take the bones of it and go from there. As I said, this is the very first house in this project that I built. And I don't know, I really like how it turned out. I think it was just perfect for the people who are living here. And that's kind of who I aimed all the decoration and everything at, is to our elderly couple. The upstairs rooms that I'm building now, getting the layout for it, you actually are not, there's nothing really upstairs because I feel like as an older couple, they have moved downstairs. So the upstairs is pretty blank. Like once Mary Sue left, they just don't really have a need for it. Also, I apologize for my voice. I've been a little sick. It is allergy season like crazy around here, and I feel like I'm a little croaky. But anyway, you can see the oldies there. As young people, I had yet to age them at the time I did this. I forgot to age them. Actually, I had to go back and do that later. I was like, whoops, they're supposed to be elders. Anyway, I was playing around with some terrain tools. I don't think I actually used them though. I think I was a little more trying to, because the original picture, there was kind of a bit of a slope up to the place, to the front door. I don't know if you remember from the picture that I showed you earlier, but that was kind of my original thing, and I was like, oh, I'll make it where, it kind of even in the backyard, but I don't know. I was like, whatever. I'm not into that yet. I later played around with a little more terrain tools with my other builds, especially when we get to Strange Town, but for here, I just kind of, letting it be. Trying to decide on windows and things because, of course, we don't have things that look exactly the same as The Sims 2. So trying to work with this, and I was like, it's a little too heavy. I think that's kind of what I felt about those windows. I wanted to use them, and at the same time, I was like, it's just like it's weighing the build down for some reason. So I definitely not something that I really want to keep. I'm always wanting to use those columns, but I rarely end up using them because I can't ever get the stone to match. Oh my god, I miss being able to select your color wheel or your pattern of, I don't even care about importing patterns, just like existing patterns, being able to select, I want this stone on this column so that it matches the stone on my foundation and it matches the stone on my wall. Is that too much to ask for? Apparently so. But that is kind of the roof situation that we end up with. I know the roof didn't fully cover the house in the Sims 2 version, but I liked it in this. However, I don't like those doggy windows up there at all. Like I said, this was one of the very first houses I built. And if you remember from a previous build I was doing, the recording I did, I couldn't remember a lot of what I did because it was months ago. Well, this was even earlier than that. So I have no clue what I'm doing. Who knows how it's going to end up? We shall see. It's going to be a surprise for you and a surprise for me. So we'll just all be surprised and it's going to be so awesome. Yeah. So here just trying to add some details to the build, which I always think looks so good with these type builds, especially the Tudor style, is the little, I don't know what those are called. They're not gables or cornices or what are they? I don't know. I don't know architectural terms. That's not something I know. I bumped out that bathroom on the second floor. I don't know if you noticed that. I tend to do that quite a bit. I did that in another build too. Oh, my newbie build. I bumped out the upstairs bathroom because I was just running out of room. But I actually think it worked out well because I like adding in these little details to these kind of houses where, like, the overhang of the roof. Oh my god. It's like my throat is affecting my brain. I don't even know what it's called. I don't know. I think also bumping out the bathroom a little bit just added a little more detail to the house because it's really flat on the other side. I think what I was doing here with that wallpaper was trying to find a base color that I wanted to do because I knew I was going to use these Seasons wallpapers. That's like the best stuff you can do with Tudor. I believe it's Seasons, which is kind of weird because you would think it would be City Living, and it may be not City Living. What came with Windenburg? I don't know. Do you guys find, especially if you get all the packs, that after a while you forget what came with what and what gameplay came with what? Because it all just blends in. I mean, unless it's something specific like, Realm of Magic or Vampires where it's very clearly themed stuff. But if it's just like general everyday sim gameplay, I don't know, it all just kind of starts blending together. I don't know. Looks the same to me. But at least with these wallpapers specifically, you have a foundation that matches. I mean, you can't get a smooth foundation because it has that border. I just miss the days when you could have a seamless foundation. So you could do these really beautiful, stone towers on a foundation because it would just all be seamless and perfect and beautiful. Those were the days. Those are the days that I miss. You know, there's so many times I think, you know, I want to go back to Sims 2. I want to go back to Sims 3 because the gameplay was just so good. There was so much to do, so many more options. It was just better. But I'm so spoiled with Sims 4 building. Like, the building in this game is the best that it's ever been in any other game. I mean, that, you have to give Sims 4 props for that. Also, the multitasking, I don't realize how wonderful that is to, like, go back to the older games. I'm like, why won't you do this and this at the same time? I've gotten so spoiled to it because it's just so wonderful. And, you know, the graphics are so good. I have so much trouble with the graphics in Sims 3 especially. It's almost hard to look at. Does that make sense? I mean, I loved Sims 3, don't worry. Plus, it doesn't play smooth. I can't get it to play smooth. I followed all the tutorials. I could not get it to play smooth. Though I never give up. I'm always occasionally going back, trying to see if I can get Sims 3 to work. But it's a rarity. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I just don't know. I think I have it figured out, and then it doesn't work. Oh, I feel like we need more decorations for, not roofs, but not eaves. You know, when you do the little triangle and you want to put something decorative in the middle of the triangle. My words don't work today. I am lacking sleep and coherent brain. Please excuse me. Anyway, I just did a really simple backyard for them. I didn't do too much because I feel like they've gotten to the age where they're getting a little too old to be gardening. It's hurting their bones a little bit. You know, I feel like they're getting on up in the elder years, in my opinion. So I feel like in my head, they've adopted Mary Sue when they were a little older. Because, you know, maybe they tried to have kids and they couldn't. So they're like, you know, we're going to adopt so we can love a baby. Makes my heart happy. But anyway, I was trying to do something a little different here with the roof. And I just hated it. I was like, what am I doing? It looks horrible. It looks terrible. Just go back to the normal. But I wanted them to have the little upstairs balcony a little bit. I think I just roof it in a minute. I don't think I leave that. Oh, I just take it off completely. Yeah, it's like I don't really remember that. But what do I remember? It's been forever ago. But a lot of the houses I go really detailed in the backyard. With this one I didn't. It's more of a blank canvas. I got a few things, of course. I freaking love using those lights. I want to use them everywhere. But that's beside the point. I used that just as a little light by the grill. So we're about to go into pictures right here. That is how the house turned out. A little redder with my effects on it, sorry. Just a really simple backyard. Not too much going on. That is the layout of the first floor, which is pretty much the only living area. When you walk into the door to the right is their bedroom, which is really cute. And of course, have pictures of the family, Mary Sue, Darren, and their grandchildren. Daniel, sorry. Their living room, I really love. There's 4 pictures you can see of the family right there. That is why this lot is flagged as custom content. However, it's not custom content. It's just that in the pictures, my Sims have custom eyes and skins on. So you can see little pictures just floating around because it's a grandparents' house. It's supposed to be full of pictures. Upstairs is a blank canvas. But anyway, yeah, it's on the gallery, Tiptoehappiness. Do flag it for custom content, even though there's not custom content. And I hope you download and enjoy. Until next time, toodles!